If your TJ is suffering from poor handling and steering, or maybe you've suffered from that dreaded death wobble, then upgrading to a fresh steering kit like we have here today would certainly be a great start. Now, the steering kit that we're talking about in this video is currently one of the most affordable OE style replacements for the 9706 Jeeps that will include a brand new drag link, tie rod ends, and a new steering stabilizer, all for the mid $200 price point. So again, this is going to be a super affordable means to freshening up some of the vital steering components in your TJ. Now, there are several reasons why you might want to go about doing this, but typically they include a combination of sloppy steering feel, maybe unusual tire wear, some loud or odd noises when turning, and finally that dreaded death wobble. Now, if you've already eliminated the other possible causes of death wobble, such as a loose track bar, for instance, or maybe some bad bushings, then moving on to some new steering components would be the next thing to check off the list. Now, this OE styled option again is going to be great if you have a stock or even a mild lifted TJ, and you don't need any hardcore components for serious abuse or crawling. Now, if you do subject your rig to some more abuse and are running a bigger lift and even bigger tires, well, then going with an upgraded kit or some components is never going to be a bad idea. And of course, you can find a ton of other options here at XT. Now, as you guys can see, this package is going to consist of heavy-duty steel for the overall construction, and that is finished off in a black powder coat to help prevent any corrosion on that steel over the years. Now, steering stabilizer here is brand new, nice and fresh, some fresh bushings in there for you. And the tie rod ends do come equipped with some Zerk fittings here, as you guys can see, that will allow you to grease things up to help prolong the life of the ends themselves. Now, this kit is backed by a 12-month or 12,000 mile warranty, just in case you should run into any issues. The kit does also include some brand new fresh hardware, cotter pins, castle nuts, all that good stuff needed to help get everything in place, which means now's a great time to segue into the install here, guys. Site's gonna go soft 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, a few hours to get in place from start to finish. But to give you a better idea of just how this install will go down, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown brought to us by an XT customer now.
So this is the tool that we end up using for the project. We use the drive ratchet, 1/2 inch and 3/8. We use different sizes. We use the 13s for the small bolts. We use the 19s and 3/4 for the tie rods, the bolts. We use the 15s and the 17s for the tying knob on the bar. We use the following drive sets to remove the old tie rods bolts. We use this ones for the tie ends and the bushing, and we use this one to remove the one that was on the steering case. We had a flathead and a hammer just in case we needed it. We didn't have the opportunity to use it as much as we thought we were gonna be using it. So basically, this is the tool that we use, and that's my recommendation. All right, so the first thing you want to do is use some PB Blaster or WD-40, depends on what you want to use, to loosen your bolts. Just go ahead and spray a little bit on it. Make sure that it stays there and helps loose your bolts. So you could lift your vehicle with a jack and some secure towels. In my case, my Jeep is lift already for about 3 inches plus the big tires. I don't need to lift it, so we're gonna try it this way. So something that I read online that it was recommended is to measure from corner to corner to adjust and make sure that the new parts are the same size. So I'm measuring right now from here to here. And then I will measure also from here to here. And I will make sure that the new parts have more or less the same length, so my steering alignment don't be so off, and when I take it to an alignment, it's easier job for them. After the lubricant has done this job of loosening the bolts, you're gonna go ahead and remove the safety pins from each bolt. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could use a flathead to straighten the pins. Once you have done that, you could use some pliers There you go. There's no need to worry if it breaks or not, as the steering kit brings new pins for this. You repeat this same step for all 5, and once you're done, you move to the next step. All right, so after you have taken all the safety pins out from the 5 bolts, my recommendation would be to remove first the steering shock. That would be a 19 or a 3/4 socket. And once you do that, then this will be free, and I will move on to the other one, which will be this part here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all the bolts, loose them. This is gonna require a 19 or 3/4. And we're gonna go one by one, removing them, loosen them to make sure that we have room to work. All right, so after we remove all the bolts, I have noticed people using different methods to remove every part. I have seen people use hammer. Some of them leave the bolt and hit it with the hammer, hit it on the side. Using the fork to just lift it and take it out, pry it out. Use different hard parts to remove it. I found that using the front end service kit, you can just put it in. And then use your wrench to remove it. That method works perfect for me. There you go. I think this was the easiest way without damaging any parts. You remove it easy. Everything comes out. You can use it for all your other parts too. It will be just in a way of finding the best way to fit for you. So as I stated, I'm gonna be using the front end service kit. So we're gonna go ahead and use it, and this time we're gonna use a 19. We're gonna go at it, and as you see, little by little it's coming out. So it's really easy to use. There you go. It's out. And the part is out completely. The same can be used as we use it here. We're gonna use it in this tie rod and this tie rod end also. So we're gonna go ahead. And easy as that, we got it. That's the trick. So now we're gonna be removing the bolt and screw from the chassis for the steering shock. It's a 15 and an 18 in the back. Once it has been removed, just lift it and pull it. That'll be all for now. Now we're gonna go and start measuring and make sure that the new parts are the same size as the old parts. So we want to go ahead and grab our tape measurement. And as we did earlier, we're gonna measure this one. .42. We want to make sure that this one is about 42 also. So from here. So as we did this one, from here to here is 42. This one from here to here is 44. I mean, we have to go in a little bit more to make sure we are 42 and 42. 42. You want to make sure that you just tighten a little bit this part here and both ends. Always with the tightening part towards the opening, so that way it tightens correctly those ends. So now you want to tie it just a little bit, not too strong, because just in case you need to move it around. It's gonna be 13 on both ends. So I'm using a 13.5 to make sure that I have both. I'm just gonna tie it so it doesn't move any longer. and you will need to make sure that the screw tying part is in the top, aligned with the lines to open. You're gonna do the same thing on both ends. All right, so we're gonna now measure this one on the same spot. This one is about 37. So we're gonna make sure that the new part is about the same size also. I'm gonna make sure that we have the tightings in the right position. So let's go ahead and move one. We're gonna have one on each side. Make sure we have one on this side and one on the other side. You want to make sure when you are on your vehicle installing it that you set up this to be in the easiest access area, just in case you need to move it later on. You have easy access to be able to move it. So now you're gonna go ahead and install it back, the other part. So we're gonna measure from corner to corner, 37. The old part is 37 also. So we said now to install, we're now gonna compare the new parts with the old parts. And as you see, it's perfect fit. So on this occasion, you're gonna go ahead and push this part through it. Doesn't matter which side, because as you know, you can move it. You will use the big washer. You will use the pressure washer and the nut. Here you're gonna be using a size 14 to tighten it. As I stated, doesn't matter which way it is, as you can move it. All right, so now we're gonna move in to install this first. All right, so the first step I will be taking is installing the shocks. The only thing different here is that you will have to use the old bolts and nuts for this, as it does not bring bolt and nuts for this part. So just go ahead and use the same ones that you took off. Install them. You will use the same tools that you use to take it off, which is the 18 and the 15. So we're gonna go ahead and install it. I would recommend just tighten it enough to where it still be able to move, but it's secure not to be in the way. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and install this part here. And then we're gonna go this back to the steering wheel box. So first this one, you're gonna push down the rubber, push it in. Enough until you have space to put the nut. No need to tie it yet. Okay, so now we're gonna just install this to the bar. We have to remove it from the steering box. Take it down. You're gonna come here, insert it. You're gonna put it back in the steering box. You're gonna put the nut just to secure it, not tight enough yet. Now we're gonna use the pressure nut, the pressure washer and the nut that it came with the package. And we're gonna just put it to secure it. No tightness yet. So far now we have the drag bar, steering shocks, and the steering box tight enough. You want to keep this to a position where you know it's easier to work on it. So now we're going to start the link here from the tire on the driver's side to this bar right here. You want to make sure they're using the grease injection spot, the one that is going down. So you're going to just put it in. I'm going to put the bolt just to secure it, not tighten yet. We tighten at the end. And the same thing at the other end. We're gonna make sure that we take out the bolt and we put it at the position. So now we're gonna measure to make sure it's the same length as the other one. The other one was 42. This one is 42 on the dot also. So now we're gonna move in to tying everything. We wanna make sure that we have all our nuts and tines towards the bottom to make it easier to tight. And remember, the tightening part is gonna go with the opening of the bar. So now we're moving to tying everything that we have put in. So the first thing we're gonna tie is the shock. As a reminder, is an 18 in one side and a 15 in the other. All right, so we're gonna go back, connect the links, put the knot, and we're gonna go ahead and tie it now as much as we can. For this one, we're gonna be using 19. You want to make sure that the holes for the pins, secure pins, are enough out so you could put your secure pin. And this moment it's not, so I still had to go a little bit further in. All right, so we're gonna continue tying all the bolts and nuts. We're gonna go to this right here. Remember, you want to tie it into it's good enough that you see the pins, the holes for the security pin. Okay, contrary to the factory one, this one does not have a security hole for the pin. This one has a pressure wash, so we will just tie it until we feel that it's comfortable and strong enough. Once we have this one tight, you probably want to give a little bit more tightness in the top one. Remember, that one is a 14. Perfect. So now we're going to be tying the one that connects to the steering box. This one is used an 18. And once again, remember, you want to tie it until you have the holes for the safety pins available clearly. So now we're going to go ahead and tie this one. Same, you want to tie it enough until the hole for the safety pin is available for you to use. You don't want to do it super tight that you could break it, just enough that the safety pins holes are available to be seen. So now we're gonna be using the pins that were provided by the product supplier. We're gonna go ahead and install the pins on the security holes. Push them all the way in. You might have to like tap them a little bit. Once you got them in, you wanna go ahead and twist the pin to make sure it's safe and we'll move nowhere. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the last pin. We're gonna push it a little bit and then just make sure that it's good enough, and you wanna bend it at the end. Now we're gonna go ahead and tie the brackets. Here we're gonna use a 14 in the top and a 17 in the bottom. So now we're gonna tie this bracket here. It's a 13 on each side. So here we're gonna tie the same thing, 13 on each side.
So if you are looking to freshen up some vital steering components on your TJ for a very affordable price, then be sure to check out this OE style steering kit today right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.